Hi, I'm Amber,
And I'm Kirsten.
and you're listening to
Lurking in the Shadows. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Yes, welcome.
And happy Halloween. It's officially September.
Yep, so I've evolved to a different Amber, really, at this point.
Yeah, I
Um,
feel that.
yeah.
We've reached our true form.
Yeah, here it is, baby. Pumpkin spice and everything spooky.
Yep. And we're wearing our spooky shirts already. I got some witches.
I got, it's just a bunch of hocus pocus. Wow. I'm so excited about fall. It's been so nice here the last few days.
Yeah, it's like in the 70s this past week.
It's been like 60s when we wake up in the morning, and then like it only got to 80 today, and it was just like
Okay.
low humidity, super nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been chilly in the mornings, and then, or when I leave work at like 3:30 in the morning, it's been chilly.
Oh yeah, I bet 3:30. The witching hour, bitch. You're just living your witchiest dream.
Yeah, but that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
You know, you just make it bank when the witches do.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't
Hell
no
yeah.
rest for the wicked.
Yep. All right, so before we get into today's case, I'm going to give a little update on the Ellen Ray Greenberg case. If you didn't listen to that, that was episode 3, I believe. So go back and listen. It's a very crazy, infuriating case. So back in February, the Greenbergs, I think, had a settlement with the city of Philadelphia, and there was supposed to be like a review in her case of getting the cause of death changed. And there was a hearing today. So during the Zoom hearing, Judge Linda
Oh,
Carpenter.
by the way, I don't know any of this. This is update to me too.
Oh,
News
yeah.
to me, yes. So she is informing me as well. So here we go.
Judge Linda Carpenter blasted Philadelphia or the city's lawyers over why it's taken so long to change her manner of death from suicide to undetermined. The review was supposed to happen expeditiously during the settlement back on February 3rd. And it's now September and nothing's happened.
Yeah.
So the judge was quoted saying, "Under no one's definition of expeditious is 6 months expeditious. And when I have somebody in a room full of people trying to tell the court that somehow the court's supposed to accept it as expeditious, it's ridiculous. And you obviously don't care, and that's probably why the Greenbergs are so frustrated." And yeah,
Yeah.
hello.
Thank
February to September, there's no excuse.
no.
So that's just kind of a little update that this judge is really pushing the city of Philadelphia to do what they were supposed to do back in February.
I'm glad
But
that
there's
they have a judge on their side. I mean, there's somebody who's going to hopefully have some sway with the city.
yeah. And when I say today, I'm referring to September 3rd when we're filming this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sorry.
Because this won't be released today.
Nope. This will be a couple weeks probably.
Sometime this month, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we're by the time you're listening to this, we're extra spooky.
Yeah. That's right.
We just dive in.
Because if you missed an episode, the Jennifer Kessie episode, we mentioned at the end about how in the month of October we're doing spooky episodes. We're doing 3 more spooky related with true crime factored into it, and then the other, because there's 5 Thursdays in October, and then the other 2 Thursdays will be just a straight up true crime case.
Yes. So I'm excited because it also for us changes up our research, you know.
Yeah.
So
So a little variety for you.
yes, and 'tis the motherfucking season.
Hell yeah. The best season.
Yeah. Oh, I already made pumpkin bread. It's September 3rd. I've already made pumpkin bread.
I gotta get on that.
Yeah. I literally want a pumpkin to punch me in the face.
Yeah. Yep. Me too.
Hell yeah. Um, there's really no segue from pumpkin spice to murder, but let's uh let's dive
Yeah.
on in.
Maybe there is one, but nothing catchy I can come up with off the
No.
top of my head.
Yeah.
All right, so today's case is the Peterborough ditch murders. This is the story of Joanne Dennehy, one of Britain's most infamous female serial killers, who went on a 10-day killing spree in 2013.
10 days. Okay.
I can hear. There are some articles that say Joanne and some that say Joanna, so I'm not sure which is correct, so I'm just going to go by her last name, Dennehy, in most of the episode. This case actually starts with a man named Kevin Lee. In 2013, Kevin Lee was a 48-year-old landlord who rented out cheap rooms to people who were vulnerable. Kevin Lee lived in Peterborough, England, with his wife Christina and their 2 children, Chiara and Dino.
Vulnerable meaning
I think more like poor.
handicap? Okay. Oh, poor? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Just
maybe drug users. It didn't really specify,
you know what? Yeah.
but just based
Drug
on
users
who
probably.
Dennehy is, I think it's probably more like drug user.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure.
Yeah. His wife reported him missing on March 29, 2013, after he never returned home that evening. They looked for him in the spots that he could usually be and were told about a sighting of his car speeding off at one address. Police then found that vehicle on fire at Yaxley, which is a village in England about 15 minutes from Peterborough. This seemed suspicious, so police then forced entry into the residence where the vehicle was last reported to be leaving from, at 11 Rolleston Garth. That's the address. They found bloodstains on the wall in the entryway, which increased their concern for his well-being. The next day, on March 30th, 2013, a man walking his dog came upon a body in a ditch along a narrow back road in the countryside of Newborough, England. The body was then identified as Kevin Lee. He had multiple stab wounds to his upper body. Police were given tips that he was due to meet a woman on the day he went missing. They checked his phone data that showed he was in contact with a woman named Joanne Dennehy, one of his tenants. Dennehy has an extensive criminal history and had previously been in prison, but was known to police in the area as a low-level or petty criminal. There is a documentary on Amazon Prime titled Manhunt Joanne Dennehy that shows surveillance footage of Dennehy in a gas station on March 29th, and shortly after she goes in, another known criminal in Peterborough who had also done time in prison named Gary Stretch also goes in. While police were trying to locate Dennehy, she seemed to have gone missing, as well as Gary Richards, also known as Stretch, which made them their suspects at the time, and police even put their photos out in the media as murder suspects. The police then launched Operation Darcy, a nationwide manhunt to find them. An acquaintance of Stretch named Mark, whom he met in prison, said a local cop came up to him that day and said, "You know, Gary is on the run for murder." And Mark was surprised. He knew Gary as a gentle giant, as he was 7'7", and knew him for mostly committing just burglaries.
Jesus Christ.
Right? I know.
Holy moly.
Yeah, 7'7".
Oh my god.
Yeah. And if you're watching on YouTube, we'll insert, pictures as we always do, or you can follow us on Instagram to see them. But yeah,
This was, wait, say, who was this again? This was,
this was a man that was seen walking into a gas station with Joanne Dennehy
okay.
on the day before, or the day that now well, I'm already blanking on his name. That Kevin went missing.
Okay.
She was last seen, or she's a tenant of him, and then was
Yeah.
seen in that gas station, and then they saw this guy go in as well, so they made them both kind of suspects.
The day before his body was found.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Where was I? Okay. On April 2nd, 2013, Mark got a phone call from a friend asking him to meet at his house because they had some stuff for him. So he went over and Dennehy answered the door. He said she smelt really bad, like they had been living rough. She said, "You must be Mark," when he entered, and Gary was standing there with her.
Oh, God. Do you know how disgusting your house has to be that you permeate the air when you answer the fucking door?
Yeah. Well, it's not even her house. It's just them that smell bad.
I mean, the only reason you should smell that bad is if you're homeless. They're not homeless.
Not exactly, no. They're just on the run right now.
I'll be the cleanest person on the run, I guess.
So he gets a call from a friend, goes to the house, but Dennehy answers the door. He doesn't even know her. And she said, when he walked in, she said, "You must be Mark," and then Gary, or Stretch, was standing there with her. Dennehy then pulled a knife out of her bra that was covered in blood.
Hold on.
Gary told Mark...
Just realized his nickname is Stretch and he's 7'7". Sorry.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Sorry.
And honestly, I didn't even put that together till you just said that.
That's great. I love that.
That is definitely a fitting nickname.
Shit.
So she pulls a knife out of her bra that's covered in blood. Gary, or Stretch, tells Mark, "You have to do as she says or she'll kill you." He then asked Stretch, "Did you really kill someone?" And Dennehy interjected, saying, "No, I do the killing. Stretch is the taxi driver." So Stretch and Dennehy had stolen a bunch of electronics earlier that day, like TVs, iPads, and iPhones that they wanted to get rid of. The shoplifting incident was reported that day, and the two people caught on CCTV resembled Dennehy and Stretch, and they were also able to capture a car and license plate at that time. So they're already on the run after committing a murder, and now they're committing burglary. They're on CCTV, like they're not smart.
And also verbally stating and admitting, "No, I do the killing."
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
he's the taxi driver. Like, bitch,
Mm-hmm.
how stupid are you?
Right, I know.
Like, you gotta be slicker than a 6-year-old, okay? Yeah.
So Stretch knew Mark knew people in Herefordshire who would buy the stuff instantly, and within 20 minutes, Mark got a text from someone willing to buy all of it. So now Mark is getting pulled into Dennehy and Stretch's crime spree, just because he's an acquaintance of Stretch. Mark said Dennehy and Stretch had stolen a camera and were taking pictures all along their ride from Peterborough to Hereford, and I'll include some of them on the screen if you're watching on YouTube. And you'll see in some of the photos, Dennehy has handcuffs attached to her pants.
Ew.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Don't do those creepy vibes.
And there's a picture of Mark with his middle finger up, and he said Stretch was holding him down when that picture was taken.
Oh. Okay, then.
About 10 minutes after they got in the car, Dennehy said, "Get me to Herefordshire. I'm going to kill some people." While she was drinking whiskey and waving her knife around in the car.
You know, it didn't dawn on me in the beginning of this when you said 10 days as to, like, I don't know, I was thinking, like, a badass story.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, no, this is stupidity.
Yep. Yeah, she's certainly not the smartest criminal out there.
No, no, not at all. Shit.
And we'll kind of get into that a little later. They ended up pulling into a gas station for cigarettes, so Mark went in and was going to ask the clerk to call police, but Dennehy quickly followed him because she didn't trust him.
Oh, you know that bitch smokes Newports.
Probably. On CCTV footage, it looks like she's hugging him from behind while they're at the register, but she's actually holding a knife to his back. Mark thought Dennehy was going to rob the clerk, but she actually started flirting with her and saying things like, "You've got a nice bottom, you have beautiful hair, you've got a real slim body." And then they left.
Excuse me? I need you to reverse. I need you to say that again.
You've got a nice bottom, you have beautiful hair, you've got a real slim body, is what she's telling the female clerk.
Did I whiskey, I guess. I mean,
I think she is bisexual, so
that's
that's
okay.
kind
Like
of playing a part. Yeah.
I'm not that I'm not dishing on the sexuality here. It's just there's a
Hmm.
time and place. And
Yeah, and it's just weird that like Mark thinks she's going to like rob them because of everything that's going on, and no, she's being nice to her, just complimenting her, flirting with her.
and holding a knife.
To this guy's back. Yep.
Yeah, like ah okay. Beth?
Yep.
Okay.
And shortly after they got in the car, she was ready to kill, telling Stretch to find her a victim, but no women or children. Then said, "I want a man with a dog."
Ew, why is she so icky? Why are we gonna
I
bring
don't know.
animals into this now?
She doesn't want to harm a dog, but she just wants to harm a man with a dog. Don't ask me why, because she makes no sense.
What? Then the dog won't have a dad. Like, that makes me sad.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, there's some good dog dads out there.
Yeah. A few minutes later, they came upon a man walking his dog. Dennehy got out of the car and stabbed him multiple times.
I'm fucking devastated.
Yeah, just this random man walking his dog. Stabbed him multiple times.
Oh my god.
On a sidewalk. Where there's witnesses.
Wait, did you say what time of day this is?
It's during the day.
It is during
I
the
don't know
day?
exactly what time, but it was daylight.
Daylight. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. People are on a different level.
Mm-hmm.
We were wee little lads when this was going on.
Yeah, we had just graduated high school the year before.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I know. Disgusting.
horrendous.
Mark was in the car freaking out because he clearly didn't sign up for this. And Gary was holding him down so he couldn't leave, saying, "Just let her do it. This is what she does."
I can't. This is too much. This is what.
Maybe you should just keep the mic off at this point, or on at this point.
Yeah, because holy moly,
Mm-hmm.
dude, you he has to like it or something. Like, what?
He likes her.
It ain't worth it, fellas.
Yeah, We'll get into it, but they have like some sort of relationship going on. But yeah.
Okay, so you'll get deeper into the
Mm-hmm.
relationship. I'm just, yeah, for until her crazy little spree's done. I'm here.
She got back in the car and said, "That was fun. Find me another one."
Okay, actually, a switch in my head just flipped. We're gonna roast this bitch during the rest of
Yeah, we are.
the. Okay.
And I'm gonna, if you're watching on YouTube, coming up, I'm gonna share a clip of her so you
Oh,
can see her and hear her talking.
oh, yeah. This is about to get. This is gonna get good. See, my roasting skills have gotten a little better. I feel
Yeah,
like.
since we've started this,
Yeah.
we only roast bad people. Okay, we'll never roast a good person.
No. Yeah. These people are scum. They deserve it.
Yeah. The police superintendent was called to the scene and said the victim, Mr. Bereza, had put his arm up at one point to defend himself, and the blow she gave with the knife was so hard she broke his arm.
Ow,
Yeah,
Jesus! With a freaking knife.
yeah.
Damn.
He was a retired firefighter and posted.
That's a good one.
I don't even say firefooter. I
Firefighter.
don't even know what came out.
Them damn firefighters.
He was stabbed 3 times and also suffered a rib fracture, but survived and was able to walk back home for help after the attack.
Oh my god, dude! I would have
Mm-hmm.
kicked her right in the cooter. I would have just hit her with the height, just right in the
It was
cooter.
so unexpected, though. It was just like
I know.
a random attack came up behind him. He had no time to react.
Mm. I hope karma's
He
coming to
reported
this
his attacker
nasty
had a
hoe.
star tattoo. What would you say?
So I hope karma is coming to her. I'm waiting on it.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Ugh.
He reported his attacker had a star tattoo on her face. 2 miles from the first scene, they came upon John Rogers walking his dog. She stabbed him multiple times in his back and abdomen and stole his dog. So this was the second attack that she did after she said, "Find me another one."
Wow. What is the matter with her?
He had a lacerated bowel and kidney.
Yeah, life-changing injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
The victim remembered Dennehy saying, "Ooh, look, you're bleeding. I've got to do it some more."
She's psychotic. There's something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
There's something not going on right upstairs at all. Like
Mm-hmm.
no. And also like I think learning that she lacks personal hygiene also states a lot about her mental health,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
But either way, like fucking gross, girl. Like come on. Who do you think you
Yep.
fucking are?
Have
Go
no
back
idea.
to the garbage can you crawled out of, you disgusting little rat's nest. God,
That's a good one.
thanks.
He luckily survived as well. So while Dennehy is already on the run for murder for the first guy, Kevin Lee, she attempts to randomly murder 2 other men. And the strange thing is that there's really nothing abnormal about her upbringing. So now we're going to talk about some background info on Joanne Dennehy. She was born in August of 1982. I couldn't find her exact birthday anywhere. Every article I came across just said August.
She's a Leo. 'Tis the
Yeah.
season.
She was born in St. Albans, Hertfordshire, and grew up in nearby Harpenden. Her father, Kevin, worked as a security guard, while her mother, Kathleen, was a retail shop manager. She has a younger sister named Maria, who has a successful career in the Army and runs her own IT company. Dennehy claimed that she was abused as a child, but there is no evidence of this. The Amazon Prime documentary episode I watched, titled Manhunt Joanne Dennehy, said they had a stable, loving upbringing, and her family and friends insist she was always treated well. When she was young, she shared a bunk bed with Maria, who was 2 years younger, and they were so close that they invented their own secret language. Which is kind of funny because when me and my sister were younger, we made up like a few of our own words.
I was just gonna say, me and my middle sister, we were 5 years apart, and so like we made up songs together, languages,
hmm
games, all that good stuff. Like
Yeah.
having, but like you were the older sister, I was the younger sister, so.
Yeah. Dennehy was described as a girly girl, fond of dolls, loved makeup, doing her hair, and dressing up. Friends say their parents were strict with the girls and protective, but they were never overbearing. She did well at Roundwood Park School in Harpenden. She was described as bright and capable. She was eloquent with good grammar. Her parents hoped she would go on to university and become a lawyer, and even paid for extra tuition for her. She played for school hockey and basketball teams, which I guess they call netball in England. There were no signs of trouble until she became a teenager. She started skipping school and hanging out with a crowd of older boys. She started using drugs and alcohol at the age of 14 and ran away 8 times. At the age of 15, she was dating a 20-year-old man named John Trenner and moved in with him. She would start showing up to school high or drunk and only returned home when she needed money. She got pregnant at the age of 17 and became estranged from her parents, telling them they would have to pay to see their grandchild.
Wow. Okay, so I was just going to say, do you feel like it was. See, in my head, I feel like you're spitting all these wonderful things that she was doing and like being like
Mm-hmm.
academically successful. However, I feel like looking from the outside, I'm getting the vibe that it was like pressure from the parents. And so I'm wondering if it just pushed her away, like
Mm-hmm.
it was half our life ago that we were this age. But
Right. Mm-hmm.
um, I feel like luckily I didn't have academic pressures from my mom, but in the way of other pressures, like whether it was like, say, like one more time, Amber. Got tired of my own self.
Mm-hmm.
If it was pressures with friends or social events or things like that, it would make me want to push back. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
wondering if the academic pressure from the parents then translated into her running away and with the wrong crowd is what I am
Mm-hmm.
gathering here,
Yeah.
obviously. So
And that's possible because overbearing parents do usually end up causing rebellion in their children because of being so overbearing. But her sister grew up to be a normal person who had a successful military career and then owned an IT business, so it's hard to say.
look at me and look at my sister.
Yeah. But yeah, everyone's
You know,
completely different, so just because they were raised
raised
the same way doesn't
exactly the same
mean.
way. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Turned out polar opposite, different levels of success, even different. I don't know how to put it, but like I feel like it's coming into view of the same with her. I already forgot her name because I'm terrible, but um,
Joanne.
yeah, that the mental difference as well. Like,
Mm-hmm.
even though you're raised and disciplined the same way, you were raised the same way, upheld to the same standards as your siblings, doesn't mean that in your adulthood, when mom pushes you out of the nest and you have to fly on your own, doesn't mean that you all fly the same.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is a prime example of that. You're raised. You could be raised perfectly, it does not matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. I mean, and my kudos to my mother. She's a fantastic mother.
She is.
Yeah.
Her relationship with Trenner was very rocky, and she cheated on him with both men and women. She ended up pregnant again, still as a teenager, but would tell her friends she didn't want children. She was very unstable, didn't cook or clean. She would even leave home for days or weeks, leaving her boyfriend to care for the kids, then would return and ask for forgiveness. So she was a pretty shitty mother.
I feel like, oh fuck, I forgot my thought already because I was distracted by the boat.
Shitty mom.
Yes, shitty mom. There we go. Thank you. Um, this is like deja vu, honestly, for me. But so she has 2 kids at this time now that she has popped out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Abandoning the kids at home and going off on her own.
Mm-hmm.
Or does she have the kids with her because she's holding the kids against the parents?
No, they're with her boyfriend while
With
she
the boy.
leaves and does whatever. Cheats on him, whatever.
Wow. What a terrible human being.
Mm-hmm.
This is she just guys, slime. And you know what?
She's
You know
scum,
what
yeah.
what is also disgusting to think about is like there are men out there letting this sleazeball in their beds. Just like
Yeah.
rubbing it up in there. Like,
Yeah.
come on. Do
Yeah.
better, people. This is just
And yeah, she was cheating with men and women.
oh god, yeah. Women too.
Do better.
Do better. Just like if somebody is nasty like that, just throw them out on their ass.
Mm-hmm.
God. Oh, don't give them the time of day. Have
Nope.
some standards. God, disgusting.
They tried to start fresh by moving to East Anglia, but her drinking got worse. She worked as a laborer on farms and would sometimes be paid in alcohol rather than cash. She would harm herself by cutting her arms, body, and neck with razor blades and etched a tattoo of a star under her right eye by herself. And that tattoo is what police use in part of her description when police are searching for her later on.
Gotta be slicker than a 6-year-old, bitch.
She was a petty criminal and served time in a juvenile detention facility for burglary. She was manipulative and showed no remorse for her actions nor any empathy for others. And we are obviously seeing that later in her life as well. I mentioned before her sister Maria was in the army. Around this time, she was serving with the British troops in Afghanistan. After her tour ended, she traced her sister and Trenner to an address in Cambridgeshire, but Dennehy made it clear she wanted nothing to do with her family. Dennehy has been described as flirtatious and controlling. She knew how to manipulate men into doing what she wanted. If she did not get her way, she was prone to explosive, frightening outbursts of temper and violence. She would kick and punch Trenner when she was drunk. She began to carry a dagger in one of her boots and told friends she often felt like killing someone. Trenner became fearful she would use the dagger on him, so he left in 2009, taking the children with him.
I mean, better late than never, but like, come on,
Mm-hmm.
dude. The signs were there from the beginning.
They were.
Like, God, there are.
But it's very hard for people to leave abusive relationships.
Yes, you're
It
right. I
usually
was
takes
just
multiple tries before they're successful.
yeah, I was just thinking it technically was an abusive relationship. You said she was hitting him and
Mm-hmm.
all that. So, but I feel like I would have tried to. I hope I don't know. I feel bad for the kids.
Yeah.
That's where this lies. Like
Mm-hmm.
he was in it for the long haul for as long as whatever for himself. But like the kids, man, she was a shitty mother.
Yeah. And then Dennehy's behavior somehow started to become worse after he left. She would drift from address to address in East Anglia and would steal and sometimes turn to prostitution to pay for her drug and alcohol habit. She served time in prison, and in February of 2012, just over a year before the murders, Dennehy spent a few days in Peterborough City Hospital, where she was diagnosed as having antisocial personality disorder and obsessive compulsive disorder, and was prescribed meds to help stabilize her mood. According to an article from The Guardian, quote, she did not care about the safety of others, felt no remorse when causing harm, and was a skilled deceiver and manipulator, end quote.
Do you feel like those are the only mental illnesses that she dealt with?
I mean, I think the antisocial personality disorder describes her pretty well.
Yeah.
I feel like she fits that to a T. The OCD, I don't know. There's nothing I really noticed in this case that I felt like was OCD related, but yeah, I don't know.
So
There
you
certainly could be more. I mean, she was probably a little bipolar too.
yes, fucking nailed it. Yeah, I was going to say I definitely see bipolar for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
and I was even going to say multiple personality disorder.
Yeah, that's possible.
At least one of them.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely is more than those two things. But the OCD thing, I'm just wondering if they're thinking her compulsive outburst as OCD or something, but like that's not the same, you know? So
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's other things about her that I just haven't found in my research or things that she shared with the psychiatrist that evaluated her.
yeah, that would be the OCD, but I definitely think there should bipolar or something. It's gotta be in
Yeah.
there, I feel like.
So after the two attacks on those random men walking their dogs, the group finally made their way to sell the electronics at a shopping center called the Oval. Police happened to find them parked at the Oval, and Dennehy was arrested without incident and taken to Herefordshire Police Station. And I'm going to now screen share a clip of her at the police station so you can hear how nonchalant she is about the whole situation.
I will indeed be roasting her when this deed is done. So
Yes, feel
I'm
free to chime in.
yeah, please. I love a good roast session. So
Murder or something. So it's going down for Sunday Road?
I think that just...
So that's her talking. She thinks that what she did is nothing.
Well,
Like, not concerned at all. Oh,
no,
murder, it's like a Sunday
the
roast.
smugness on her. Okay, first off, her nose is big enough to land a fucking jumbo jet on. Okay, let's start here. Of this roast fest of this scummy human, nasty, wet lettuce piece of shit.
That
Okay,
bitch ass bitch.
yeah, with your big ass fucking forehead. Okay, you know what? Whew.
And she's in there, like, making jokes, laughing with them.
Yeah, she literally does not seem phased whatsoever that she just
No.
stabbed two people.
And killed the other guy
Yeah,
that they found. Yeah.
so 3 victims total here, 1 dead,
And we're
2.
going to get into 2 more.
Okay, so as of right now, and that video, like, but when that video was taken, she has killed 3 people at this point. Though there will be more.
Mm-hmm. They
Oh,
find out while she's in the police station that we're going to get into.
okay. Well, this. Let me tell you, this Nanny McPhee looking bitch. I swear to God. 10 days she got away with this?
Yeah, I think.
The 10-day spree
I had to go back
of
and look at
doing
these.
it.
But she went on a 10-day spree. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Did
Oh
she look how you pictured?
no, actually, she does not look how I.
She looks fairly normal.
That actually turns my stomach to think that nasty host smells so bad that she permeates the air.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you slimy little nasty cockroach.
Mm-hmm. And she
Opening
was
your
drinking
leg.
whiskey on the entire drive there. So
Yeah, that thing procreated.
yeah, she did.
Wow.
So while Dennehy and Stretch were in custody, well, actually, before I do that, the man that you saw pop up on the screen at one point was Mark, the guy that they dragged along in the car. That was him, the bald guy. While Dennehy and Stretch were in custody, police got a phone call that 2 more bodies were found in a ditch. The bodies were found by a farmer lying adjacent to one another. Police assumed these murders were connected to Kevin Lee, who was also found in a ditch. One of the victims was Lucas Okay, I'm gonna butcher this last name. Slabsuski.
You're butchering the word butcher, so we're off to a good.
Lucas Slabasuski.
Fucking nailed it. I know you did.
He was in a relationship with Dennehy in the weeks leading up to his death.
Oh God, guys.
Yeah.
Ah.
He was a Polish national living in Peterborough, which is where he met Dennehy. He was last seen on March 19, 2013, which is Brandon's birthday, at an ATM, then no trace of him after that. He sadly was happy and told his sister he met a girl. Dennehy lured him to her apartment at 11 Rolliston Garth, the same address Kevin Lee was last seen at, to have some drinks. She blindfolded him and then stabbed him in the chest and killed him. For no reason.
Look your victim in the face, you fucking coward. Okay? You are going to sit there and do that. Do the big boy crime, do the big boy time, okay? Like,
Yep.
how cowardice are you that you blindfolded them so they couldn't even see it coming and defend themselves?
And in her case, I don't even know if it's cowardice. It's just blatant disregard for, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's. I honestly, I just think we can't comprehend that. Like, I can't comprehend
Yeah.
the lack of. Yeah, I can't.
Mm-hmm. And apparently, while he was on the floor dying, Dennehy asked Stretch, who was also there, to make her a sandwich.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, there's a disconnect up there in that puny fucking brain that she got floating around up there, like knock hockeying around. Okay, it ain't taking up much space, I guarantee it. But
Yeah.
whatever's up there is not connected. This is not.
Nope. Police did find forensic evidence that Lucas was killed in that apartment, but the motive was unclear. Stretch put the body in a trash bin behind the apartment, where I believe he was kept for a few days before they ended up throwing him in the ditch. Dennehy even bragged about the murder and showed the body to a 14-year-old girl.
So we're out there traumatizing more kids? That's fantastic.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
yeah. Yep.
Again, blatant disregard for anybody.
Fucking rock star mother of the fucking year here. Like
Yep. The second body was identified as John Chapman. He was living in the same residence as Dennehy and was reported missing. Police were able to link both bodies to Dennehy. John was described by a neighbor as a sweet man who went downhill after his wife died. The neighbor also reported John was afraid of Dennehy and afraid she'd get rid of him, because they were kind of like roommates. On the day he was murdered, he was drunk and fell asleep on his bed, and Dennehy stabbed him to death while he was sleeping.
coward again. Coward again. I know, like,
And Lily, he's just asleep doing nothing to you.
doing nothing.
Just, let me stab this man to death.
Yeah. Like, literally, you pussy ass bitch, man. Because let me meet her in a back alley.
She claims John was a pervert and she killed him because he walked in on her in the bath before. But police don't believe her. And I don't either. Stretch and an associate of his, Leslie Layton, are the ones who moved the bodies to the ditch. And if we go back to March 28th, 2013, Dennehy had invited Kevin up to her apartment that day. And that is when she attacked and murdered him. He was found in a woman's dress with his buttocks exposed, possibly to cause humiliation.
What? Wow. The smug little bitch. And the way she walked in there with her chin held high, joking around, and she literally is what is it? It's not mutilating a corpse, but like, God.
Yeah, what's the term? I can't even think of it. But yeah. And like her minions that she has just disposing of the bodies for her.
Yeah. Like, God. Yeah, I can't comprehend that they are doing everything that this nasty ass hoe is saying. Why are
Right.
you?
Yeah, like
What is she
she has
bringing?
some sort of hold on them.
Like, what is she doing for you? Like, I don't like the term "bring to the table" because, like, this isn't a buffet, okay? Like, I never think a relationship is about like serving up whatever you fucking can. But like,
Yeah.
what is she doing for you here? Like,
Right.
she gotta be dynamite in bed or something that these men are sticking
Right.
around. Like, what is
Like
happening?
there's she must be
She must have
a
no
freak in the sheets
safe
because
word.
why
Yeah,
else would anyone stick around? Like
she got him by the balls or something.
yeah, literally, yeah.
God.
Police still have no motive for any of the murders, but speculate Kevin could have known about the two prior murders and possibly she wanted to keep him quiet. Kevin was dumped in a ditch 8 miles from the first two victims, but was the first one found that got this investigation started. So he was killed last, but he was the first body that was found. Now that police were able to link Dennehy to all three men, they had evidence from her knife and clothing, and the men who survived were now witnesses. So she was the clear suspect in all murders and 2 attempted murders.
There was not a single moment during this entire thing once I realized that this was a dumbass committing these murders, that there would not be any kind of lack of fucking evidence, okay?
Right, yeah.
Like,
I mean, she's still wearing the same clothes she stabbed those 2 random men in. Like, she didn't plan any backup clothing to bring along.
yeah, again, Mother of the Year. I bet those kids never had backup fucking diapers packed for her. She can't even think about a fucking backup murder plan when she's going around just stabbing fucking people.
Yeah.
God.
Randomly.
Like, it's slicker than a 6-year-old. Please.
Police attempted to interview her about the 2 attempted murders, but she said no comment. The only one who talked was Stretch. He admitted to driving the vehicle, but tried to minimize his involvement by saying, I didn't see anything, I didn't know what she was doing.
You know, I wanted to like Stretch. I did. I did. 7'7". Dude, again, you stick out like a sore fucking thumb. You can't go around committing crimes like this. You're never gonna get away with it. Yes.
I mean, he was in the car the whole time, but still, you're still going to look like a giant even when you're sitting.
Well, they had a video of him walking into the gas station with her, remember?
Gas station, yeah.
Yeah, they knew how tall this motherfucker was.
Yeah. Police were satisfied with the evidence they had, though, and charged her with the 3 murders. On November 18, 2013, Dennehy appeared in court at the Old Bailey. She was on trial for 3 counts of murder and 2 counts of attempted murder. She seemed relaxed, talking to and laughing with her defendants. It was reported she continued smiling throughout the hearing. Everyone expected her to plead not guilty, and police were anticipating a trial over a few weeks to review all of the evidence. But because she is such a control freak, she stood up and said guilty. So she wants to be in control of this trial.
Yes, she wants to be center of attention. Look at me,
Mhm.
look at me.
Mhm.
That's why she's like, that's why that, oh, there it is. Whoop, there it is. That's why she is going around being so personable with everybody, even though
Mhm.
she lacks any such personality or empathy or any of those emotions, is because she wants everybody to be giving them her attention, like, ha ha
Yeah.
ha. You're like, I'm so funny, or like, oh ha ha ha. That's what she wants. She wants center of
Mhm.
attention. That's why it doesn't,
Yeah. Like
like,
you can't convict me. I'm gonna convict me.
yeah. Wow. That's, man, I'm telling you, there's
Mhm.
something else mentally wrong
It's
with
like
her.
Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I do believe that's like a trait of a narcissist, but
Oh yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
The prosecutors were very surprised. It was her way of taking control of the situation once again. Gary and his accomplice pleaded not guilty and they went to trial. Gary, or Stretch, was sentenced to life but has to serve a minimum of 19 years. Dennehy received a whole life sentence. She is one of only 4 other women in the UK to ever be served a whole life sentence. She was sent to HMP Bronzefield Women's Prison, and she threatened to kill Rose West while there. Like, she terrified Rose West to the point they removed her from general population under Rule 43, which in UK prisons refers to the segregation of inmates either for their own protection or to maintain order within the prison. So she's just getting to prison and is already causing issues.
Because she wants attention. Narcissists
Mm-hmm.
cannot help themselves when they are not getting the attention they want.
Mm-hmm.
So they act out to get said attention. So,
Yep.
and she wanted to be the biggest, baddest bitch in the block, and that
Mm-hmm.
was
Yep.
already, yeah. So, like, she did that, and I mean, that's how that's just her personality. And so for her to go in there
Mm-hmm.
like that, it's going to take somebody who like, it's just going to be a fuck around and find out situation here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And honestly, they should have let her kill Rose West. If you don't know the story of Rose West, she is a piece of shit, and I personally will never cover that case. But if you don't know, Rose and her husband, Fred West, brutally murdered, tortured, and sexually assaulted 10 women and girls between 1973 and 1987 in Gloucester, England, and Rose murdered her 8-year-old stepdaughter, Charmaine, in 1971. The remains of 9 women were found buried at their property, including Fred and Rose's oldest daughter, Heather.
I will look into that case just because I don't know it. I can't say I'd ever cover it.
Oh, you don't know
I
Fred and Rose
do.
West?
No, you know me and names and shit. But no, actually, you going over that and what you just said, no, I don't know that case. But I will
Okay.
always probably die on the hill that if you are not a contributing member of society, then kill you. Okay?
Yeah,
Off with
fuck
you.
off.
Fuck off.
Yep.
Fucking die. You're a waste
Yep.
of my fucking breath. Okay? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and space here.
Yeah,
Like,
especially Rose West. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I honestly, how about we give Rose West um a some kind of weapon, some kind of pew pew, and then we give um what's her name? Why can't I ever
Joanne.
Joanne? Because you keep using her last name and then I can't remember
Yeah.
her. And then we put Joanne with another pew pew, and we let him. May the best man win. And
Rule it
actually,
out.
yeah, and then whoever's standing just off with them too. You know,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
good riddance.
Yep. But yeah, the West targeted young, vulnerable women who were often runaways. There's actually a newer documentary about them on Netflix that came out not too long ago if you want more information on the case. Rose is sadly still alive, but Fred died in 1995 of suicide because he's a piece of shit coward. And again, we're not saying people who commit suicide are cowards. It's just murderers who do that are cowards because they don't want to pay for their crimes.
Yes, as I say, you know, that was the easy way out. We're saying
Mm-hmm.
you couldn't
Yes.
face the consequences of your fucking
Mm-hmm.
actions. You fucking coward.
Yeah.
So,
Yep, you're a piece of shit.
piece of fucking donkey shit. Okay.
Yep.
Eat a bag of dicks. Glad you died, Fred. So sorry that Rose is still hanging on.
I hope you have not rested in peace a day in your
I
afterlife.
hope that toilet seat is always frozen. I hope you diarrhea every day. I hope a bird shits on your head every time you go out into the yard. I hope you break your ankle at the next pothole you run into.
Yeah. You fugly motherfucker.
Yep. And same to Joanne. I hope somebody caps your ass. I hope your toothpaste always tastes like shit. I hope your toothbrush falls in the toilet every time.
Yeah, they're horrible, horrible human beings.
Yes, all the bad things. I hope you stub your toe on that hard ass cement bunk bed you have. Actually, I don't know what prisons are like.
In the UK, yeah, me
Yeah,
either.
it's
Yeah.
but that an American prison.
And the strange thing about this case is, looking back, people say they never knew Dennehy was capable of murder. Police believe her motive was purely thrill-seeking with a lust to kill, which is how she went from killing people she knew to moving to strangers. She wanted
was
to
a
be notorious.
walking fucking billboard of I'm gonna hurt somebody.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know if they mean just because, oh, she was just a petty criminal, like she never would have. I can't believe she would murder someone. I don't know.
Dude,
I
it
didn't know her.
only takes. I I guarantee every fucking murderer was a petty criminal before chance. They only had to kill one, okay? It's always that first time, okay?
Mm-hmm.
She was literally
Yeah.
screaming to the gods, I'm going to kill somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but you'd never seen it coming? Oh.
That's what they say.
Oh, God.
After her arrest, she was examined by a consultant forensic psychiatrist, Frank Farnham, while she was being held at Bronzefield Prison. He said she had paraphilia sadomasochism. Those with the condition experience sexual excitement from acts involving the infliction of pain, humiliation, or bondage. Dennehy liked to give and receive pain. She boasted that she had killed 8 men in all, including her father, 2 people in a house fire, and 2 in a hit and run. But her father is still alive, and there's no evidence she has murdered more than the 3 men we already talked about.
Okay, we gotta go back. What did I tell you? No fucking safe word, okay? That is what kept them bitches around, okay?
Yep. Yep.
I called that shit. Where is
Uh-huh.
my award, okay? Like,
Yep.
I can. Men, you are predictable. I want you to know that you are predictable. I am so sorry.
Yeah.
We are playing dumb, and you aren't surprising us. I'm very sorry.
No.
We know
Yeah.
exactly what your motives are. We know what you're looking at, what you're thinking about. 90% of the time, I bet. And yeah, I'm not
Yep.
surprised to find out that, like, no proof whatsoever. I have no proof that that is what kept him around, but
Mm-hmm.
I'd bet my left titty on it.
Yes. So Dennehy is technically not a serial killer, as there has to be a cooling off period between murders. Criminologists would classify her as a multiple murderer or spree killer. She joins the likes of Rosemary West, who we discussed, and Myra Hindley as one of Britain's most infamous female murderers, but detectives and academics see her as a one-off. So if you don't know, Mariah Henley is also another disgusting piece of shit who I have no interest in covering. She and her boyfriend Ian Brady were responsible for the Moors murders in the 1960s, where they physically and sexually abused 5 children and murdered them.
I do know that case.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is one that I do know. That is a horrendous case.
It is.
Yeah.
Brady told police there were more bodies buried on the Saddleworth Moor, which I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think it's ever actually been proven.
No.
But yeah, it's a terrible case as well. If you Morbid, the podcast covered that case.
Yes.
If you want to listen.
Yeah.
So back to Dennehy. David Wilson, professor of criminology at Birmingham City University, said, quote, "This case is unique and unprecedented. Serial killers disengage from the process of killing and revert to their normal life. There was never any sense of her disengaging. She seems to have been constantly in the moment of killing. End quote. The relationship she had with Gary Stritch, who helped her dispose of her victims' bodies and went on the run with her, suggests this created a syndrome called folie Deux. It's Deux or do, or shared psychosis. Wilson says, quote, "It creates a world in which even the most extraordinary ideas and behaviors are seen as being permissible. So often it is the woman who follows the worldview of the more dominant male partner. In this case, Dennehy was the dominant partner, and Stretch accommodated her worldview." End quote.
Yes. He went by whatever obscure, like he in his head he was just twisting whatever she was doing to whatever narrative he needed to live with what he was doing, so that he could stick
Yeah.
around. And that,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a coping mechanism. I mean, he was being traumatized. He doesn't. That's why I was saying, like, I wanted to like Stretch because I could tell even just from the little story, the vibes I get. I don't think he's such a bad guy. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just caught up with the wrong person and mental illness and things like that, abuse, things like that can do some crazy things to your psyche. So,
Yeah.
I don't think
What she was doing, like, somehow just became normal to him
yes, yeah, and he just in
and
his own
acceptable
way.
for whatever reason.
Yeah, he narrated it to himself. Whatever made him sleep at night was his reality,
Mm-hmm.
And your brain's a crazy thing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And that's the case of the Peterborough ditch murders.
Funny. I want you guys to know earlier, before we started recording, I asked her what case we were covering today. And I thought she said, wait, wait, say it again. What was the
The actual name, Peterborough ditch murders.
Okay, so I thought she said Peterborough Ditch Burger. Oh, that's who we're covering. But I think we've made it pretty clear how we feel about the conclusion of this.
Yeah.
I don't.
I mean, she was caught. She's in prison. She's stuck there. She got a life sentence.
Yeah, I'm glad she's there. Yeah, so I don't think we need to. I mean, reiterate that. Also, I would. You could probably still slightly hear them. I apologize. They're making their way downtown.
Yeah, sorry if you hear a few sirens in the background.
Yeah. I would be happier. Terrible choice of words if she was dead, but the world would be a better place if she was dead. But
you never know, someone might offer in prison.
Yeah, this is the best option that we have. But
I gotta say, I do like that she terrified Rose West to the point where she had to go into like protection.
Yeah,
I do appreciate that.
Big dogs got to do big dog shit in the park, and if you can't hang with the big dogs, you you gotta get out of there. So Rose
Yep.
tucked tail and ran, and I guess Joanne's now gonna be the big dog. And
Yeah.
I hope a motherfucker does. I hope.
I hope she also takes out Myra while she's there.
Okay. Well, damn, Kirsten. I didn't know we needed to make a hit list for the.
Which actually, I don't know if Myra's in that specific prison, but she was
Probably not.
just
I
one of
mean,
the notorious killers from England.
yeah. But, Joanne, you're disgusting. I hope you're rotting in there. I hope every period you have ends with a yeast infection. I hope.
But honestly, knowing her, I bet she's living it up. I bet she likes the control she has over that
Yeah, I bet
place,
she has people
and
groveling at her feet, which is disgusting.
She probably doesn't faze her that she's there, to be honest. Unfortunately.
No. Wait. There hasn't been any. I'm surprised she hasn't reached out for attention. Well, you said, is she interviewed at all in the documentary?
No.
Okay. I'm really surprised she's not reaching out for attention somehow.
That's true. Yeah, maybe she has, and it just didn't work out. I don't know.
Yeah,
The only thing of her in the documentary is just this clips of her at the police station.
Yeah, and I don't know the laws of like UK prisons and things. Like they may have different laws than here, where we can have like phone interviews and things like that. So I don't know.
That's true.
So, but either way, I guess she's in the best place that she can be. And let's just have better standards, guys. And if you think somebody is screaming, "I'm going to fucking kill somebody," let's turn them in.
Yeah, please.